his career in 1986 to Marvelous Marvin Hagler, when he gave Marvin, I think, the worst beating of his career, and to Dwayne Thomas when John's eye socket was fractured, he says, by a thumb, and he quit. After taking a year off, John Mugabi has scored 12 straight KOs, but against mediocre opposition and off-network TV. He is after one of those electrifying knockouts that will propel him back into the spotlight.
Alex, we saw Terry Norris last summer in a title bout against Julian Jackson. He got knocked out in the second round, but no doubt about it, this kid has tons of talent.
He absolutely does, and I think, Dan, he also wants to reestablish his credibility. He wants to prove that his loss to Jackson was a fluke, that he has the skill as well as the chin to be a world champion. If you wanted to test your chin, I don't think you could have picked a better opponent than Terry's picked today in John Mugabi.
As you can see, both fighters are in the ring. Let's take a look at the numbers. Mugabi, 8 years the senior of Terry Norris, and that's a hard 154 for John Mugabi. He does not make that weight easily. All right, the rules, WBC rules will apply. The 10-point must scoring. No 3 knockdown, no standing 8. Only the referee can stop the fight, and a fighter cannot be saved by the bell unless it is the final round. There's the bell for the beginning of round 1. This WBC Super Welterweight Championship bout between Terry Norris and the champion, John the Beast Mugabi. Eddie Eckert is our referee here this afternoon, and terrible Terry Norris.
Norris in the all-white trunks on the left of your screen here. John Mugabi on the right with the black stripe.
Both fighters fighting out of the conventional stance, and Terry Norris wisely not wading right in, testing John Mugabi early. It behooves Norris to dance and box and use his skills as much as he can. A good left from Norris, and Mugabi is staggered. John Mugabi goes down. A left from Terry Norris drops John Mugabi. Mugabi is up and on Queer Street. Oh, this crowd is stunned. John Mugabi dropped his mouthpiece. Here's where Mugabi will need all the experience he has. Can he hang on? Terry Norris closing in on Mugabi, and Mugabi wisely holding on, Alex.
Only been down once before in his career against Marvelous Marvin Hagler, but he's in much worse trouble here.
It was a left from Norris that caught Mugabi flush. And Mugabi does at least appear to be getting his legs back to a degree.
If somebody told you there was going to be a knockdown in round 1, Dan.
Oh, and that right from Norris. You saw it stiff in the legs of Mugabi. And John Mugabi is helpless. Holding on.
Coming up by 1 minute left in the round. There is no 3 knockdown rule, and there is no standing 8 count. It looked like the referee could have given a standing 8 count there, but there is not in the WBC.
It is John Mugabi that has a track record of coming out of the blocks in a hurry. But this round is all Terry Norris. And now for Mugabi, it's just a question, can he survive?
And we should say that Terry Norris should be careful because he can still win punches.
And 2 good left hooks from Mugabi, but Norris comes right back. This is clearly a pro-Mugabi crowd. John lived here in Tampa for a number of years. Oh, that right from Terry Norris. It's just Mugabi will not get up. Terry Norris with the right finishes it here in round 1. Terry Norris, the new WBC Super Welterweight champion.
When he first fought for the title, he was the victim of a second-round knockout. Today, he is the most feared puncher, perhaps in boxing, the victim.
John Mugabi still on the canvas. The official time, 2 minutes.
You heard Tommy Burgett tell Tommy Morrison that he was getting away from the game plan to start working the body more.
Right, he wants him to go back, but he wants him to relax too. Like I said, he looked real anxious and uptight at the beginning of this fight, and that'll wear you out in itself, just that nervousness.
Mercer with 2 good right hands. And now Mercer on Morrison in the corner. And Mercer's all over him, and Morrison in trouble. And Morrison goes down for the first time in his career. And that is it.
That's it.
It is it. Is over. Ray Mercer has won it. He successfully defended his WBO heavyweight championship. Woo.
Boy, what a flurry of punches Ray Mercer put together there. Tommy Morrison does not know what town he's in.
The 5th round for Ray Mercer, handing Tommy Morrison the first loss after 28 straight victories in his career.
Tommy Morrison's being told the fight is over. He's still telling him he wants to go on and fight, yet he doesn't realize the fight's over. That's how hard of punches he took. He really is in another world right now. It's going to take him a few minutes to recuperate.
All right, Joe's going to head up into the ring now. Mike Marley with us, and here comes Mercer on the attack, and right at this point, Morrison's out of it.
He was out on his feet, precisely, Len. He was out of it, groggy. I mean, he doesn't know what's hitting him at that point.
Well, those are damaging blows right there. He was out of it. 4, 5, 6. Wow. Morrison could have been seriously hurt there.
You're exactly right. Referee Tony Perez should have stepped in a little bit sooner.
Take another look, and you can count him. At this point, Morrison's out of it right here, after that left hand. Now, from this point on, this is the damage. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And finally went down for the first time in his career. And Ray Mercer victorious.
And right now, Len, we got the doctor examining Tommy Morrison.
He weighed in at 139 3/4 pounds, pesando 63.1 kilos. With a record of 19 wins, 19 victorias, 1 loss, 1 derrota. He has 17 wins by way of knockout y 17 ganadas por knockout. He is ranked the WBA #1 contender. Introducing the challenger, demos la bienvenida al retador número 1 del mundo, Akinobu Hiranaka. Y su oponente en la esquina roja, presenting his opponent across the ring in the red corner. He entered the ring wearing blue trunks with white trim, fighting out of representando Toa Baja, Puerto Rico. He weighed in at an even 140 pounds, con un peso de 63.5 kilos. His record includes 37 wins, 37 victorias, 4 losses, 4 derrotas, with 32 wins by way of knockout, con 32 ganadas por knockout. Welcome, the former 3-time lightweight champion of the world, now defending his WBA junior welterweight title, presentando el campeón Edwin Chapo Rosario. Aquí está Ernesto Magaña.
Puerto Rico. Come on. Remember my instructions in the vestiaire. Any question about? Okay, no problem. Check your hand and go look for food. Listo, Marco. Listo, yo te digo.
Here's Hiranaka getting set. We can assume the booing for Rosario is because of the rivalry with Julio Cesar Chavez. He wants Chavez again. Lost his second WBA lightweight title, Chavez, at 87, a TKO by 11. Some labeled it the fight of the year. Many feel that Rosario did not fight up to potential that night, but he certainly was on target against Loreto Garza in his last fight in June, winning the WBA junior welterweight title with a third-round knockout in Sacramento. So here we go. Edwin Rosario against Akinobu Hiranaka for the WBA Junior Welterweight Championship scheduled for 12. This crowd is behind the Japanese challenger.
Hiranaka's come out winging. Boy, what a fast start.
Hiranaka swarming, trying to smother Rosario.
Rosario is patiently trying to get that uppercut in there. If he gets it in just right, it could be goodbye for Hiranaka.
Hiranaka, a former straight fighter from Japan. His best weapon is a straight right, and Rosario is in trouble.
Rosario holding on. Rosario is holding on.
Unbelievable seconds into the fight.
What a whirlwind has come out of Japan.
And the fans behind Hiranaka.
Again, Rosario showing signs of getting hurt. Hard to explain. Again, Rosario holding on. Big trouble for Rosario.
Rosario may be on his way down.
Big trouble.
Taking shots to the head with a minute 30 left in the first. The referee is waving it up. It's all over.
He stopped it. Rosario loses his title again. Unbelievable.
It happens again.
Rosario couldn't get started before this typhoon wind that came out of Japan blew him right out of this Coliseum.
And we have a new WBA Junior Welterweight champion. His name is Akinobu Hiranaka from Japan.
Well, I said this was going to be the toughest fight of the night. I didn't know it was going to be the fastest fight of the night. What a whirlwind this kid is. Hiranaka came out here, Mexican fighter. I would say he's a Japanese fighter.
Hiranaka.
Well, world title fights happen all over the place these days, and we're in Tortoli, Sardinia here, as welcome Ncita, the South African on the right of your picture there, defends his world super bantamweight title for the 7th time against Kennedy McKinney in the red trunks on the far side of the ring. The former Olympic gold medalist. Every expectation, eggs, and the round and the end of it couldn't have come too soon. McKinney marked up, but no worse than he was earlier on. 11th round. On my scorecard, Ncita has just edged back in front again. And he'll look to keep up that furious pace he set in the 10th. Body shots raining in, right hand, left hook. Oh, and McKinney seems to have walked away. And has he quit? Did he quit there? Smoger is going to give him a count there. He just walked away, and it looked to me like he was throwing in the towel. He gets the count, a standing count, and then Ncita now is looking to finish the job. McKinney looks all out. He may not have a lot left. And Ncita is closing in for another successful defense. He looks strong now. McKinney bravely finding the punches to come back. He did look as if he turned his back and quit. That was a bit of a reprieve for him, quite honestly. And some referees might have called a halt there. Well, McKinney brave enough here. He's finding the punches are going to come back into the contest. This is some comeback from him. Hasn't Ncita just punched himself out for the moment? Right hand from McKinney there was a good shot. I think that just momentarily dazed Ncita. Tremendous round this. Oh, look at that right hand from McKinney. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? The man looked finished a minute ago. I don't think Ncita's going to get up. Steve Smoger bellowing the count at him. But he's not hearing it, I don't think. It is over in astonishing fashion. And Kennedy McKinney is the new IBF Super Bantamweight title. Welcome Ncita has been beaten for the first time in 32 contests. And you would have bet a lot of money against that ending, even 60 seconds before it happened. McKinney appeared to have turned his back on Ncita. He walked away. Some refs might have stopped it right there. Steve Smoger let it go on. Ncita punched himself out a little. And McKinney found an absolute sledgehammer of a right hand to scramble the champion's senses. And he didn't really have a hope of recovering from it. Amazing stuff. In Tortoli, Sardinia, it was a good enough fight before that. It turned into a sensational one. Nobody will be asking for their lira back. Now, watch this again. Ncita is piling on the pressure. Oh, look at that low blow from him. Steve Smoger didn't appear to see that. It was very low, wasn't it? Right hand. McKinney is under fire. Survival just appears to be the name of his game, and then bang! Good night, lights out, all over.
Fighting out of Freeport, Illinois, as he represents the world-famous Kronk Gym in Detroit. His weight, an even 160 pounds. His record, 27 wins, only 2 losses, with 25 big wins coming by way of knockout. Introducing the former WBO middleweight champion, tonight the challenger known as the G-Man, Gerald McClellan. And his opponent across the ring. On my left, fighting out of the red corner, is one of the great knockout artists in boxing today. He enters the ring wearing white trunks with red and blue trim, hailing from St. Thomas in the U.S. Virgin Islands. He weighed in at a ready 159 pounds. His outstanding record includes 46 wins, only 1 loss, and a tremendous 43 wins coming by way of knockout. He is the former WBA junior middleweight champion, the current defending WBC middleweight champion of the world, Julian "The Hawk" Jackson. Once again, here's your referee in charge, Mills Lane.
All right, gentlemen, this is for the championship of the world. We've gone through all the instructions one time. Expect a tough, clean fight. Protect yourself at all times. Any questions from the challenger? Any questions from the champion? Let's get it on.
I mean, this is a very even fight.
Wild miss by Gerald McClellan, and a left hand, a short, crisp left by Julian Jackson that connected.
Again, you'll see him dig that right hand to the body, and McClellan comes back with a left hook of his own.
Jackson being frustrated by 25-year-old Gerald McClellan. Little wink of the eye by McClellan as he eluded a punch. Right now, very difficult to catch is Gerald McClellan. Quite elusive.
Low blow by Julian Jackson. Low.
That was a big, heavy shot down south.
Another one. And McClellan needs a breather.
How much time do you want?
Mills Lane says, as much time as you want.
How much time do you want?
I felt that. Yeah, and it was 2 in a row. It wasn't just 1. And so now, all of a sudden, no matter how much time to give him.
That was the second time. Next time, it'll cost you a point, okay?
Mills Lane says that's the second time. 1 more, and we take a point. So a point did not come off, but boy, the effect of 2 good hard body shots, Bobby. You can't come back so soon from that.
You know, many people talk about the cup and the protector, which is what it's actually called, an athletic protector, but the power and the force that you can hit down low there, very sensitive area.
And he, you know, he needs all the strength he can get and all the fluidity and reflex, and that takes your legs out from under you. Ooh, nice shot by Julio.
as he goes upstairs. No chance of Southie there.
Julian got a winner right here.
Down goes Jackson. A left hook by Gerald McClellan almost sent him through the ropes.
He is in serious trouble. His legs are not there. This fight could very well be over right this minute.
And there's a minute left to go. Can McClellan finish him off? He's down again.
2, 3, 4, 5. He's not going to make this, Bobby. He's not going to make this. Julian Jackson doesn't know what he's done. It's over.
Mills Lane has stopped the fight. And Gerald McClellan has upset Julian Jackson, and he is the new WBC middleweight champion.
Professional record of 35-0, and 30 of his victories have come by way of knockouts. He is only the second man in the history of this sport to successfully step up from the World Light Heavyweight title to the World Heavyweight Championship. Tonight, he steps into this ring ready to put his perfect record on the line in his first heavyweight title defense. Ladies and gentlemen, from the Motor City, Detroit, Michigan, presenting the undefeated heavyweight champion of the world, Michael Moore.
Michael, George, we went over the rules in the dressing room. Obey my commands at all times. Give me a good, clean fight. And bear one thing in mind. I'm the boss man in here. Take hands, good luck.
There was a deafening roar for George Foreman when he was introduced. A good-sized cheer, but some boos mixed in for Michael Moore. Foreman clearly the sentimental favorite here this evening. And there Teddy Atlas right in the face of Michael Moore with last-minute instructions.
Well, and I got to tell you,
Ali got into cosmetic, beautiful shape. Everybody saw Ali, and they all went running to the betting windows to bet on him, driving the odds down, much the way that the odds were driven down on this fight when they saw Foreman look in reasonable shape. And now George, following the advice of Angelo Dundee, has come out here strong in round number 10. Looking to land that right. There's a left hook that he finally landed tonight. You know, that's a tremendous punch for George when he can land it, but it hasn't been there for him.
Very tough punch, though, to land against the southpaw, Rich. And that takes a big part of George's arsenal away, which is, but at his age, did he really take the time, though, to work on something else that would work against the southpaw as some other challenger might do? He just figured it's another fighter, left-handed, right-handed, this is the way I fight. And like you said,
there's the left hook from Foreman. That one rattled Moore a little bit. And another punch from Foreman and another left hook. And Moore's leg actually slipped out from underneath him. So again, I think Moore has felt the power of Foreman, what power is left even in round 10 of a fight in which he is desperately behind. And Teddy Atlas concerned in the corner.
Well, another reason that the left hook is landing is Teddy said to Michael, move all the time to your right now and stay away from the right hand. So George had to adapt, and there he goes. He's walking into the left hook.
George Foreman enjoying his best round of the fight here in round 10. There's a right hand. Down goes Moore. He's flat on his back. He may not get up.
Not maybe. He's not moving.
Moore could be about to lose the heavyweight title.
I don't believe this.
Joe Cortez pulled up the count. It is over.
Holy cow.
Foreman has pulled off the miracle that no one thought possible. George Foreman
is still down. Moore cannot get up. He's still down. He doesn't know where he is. He's bleeding from the nose. He walked into a picture-perfect left-right combination.
All right, gentlemen, I want a good, clean fight. Obey my commands at all times. Protect yourselves at all times. Are there any questions? Are there any questions? Good luck to us. Good, clean fight, guys.
All right, we're set to go here. This is the 12-round WBA Junior Middleweight Championship of the World. All right, here we go. Round number 11, scheduled for 12. Vasquez coming off 2 first-round knockouts, and now he's in the 11th round in his world title fight. And let's just see how this unfolds. Last couple of rounds have been better rounds for
Julio Cesar Vasquez. And Daniels is hot with a left hand and really surprised by a powerful left shot. Counts up to 5 and 6. He's in deep trouble. It's up to 7 and 8. He's not going to make it. And up to 9. And the count is 10 and it's all over. It's all over. Like a bolt out of the blue. Carl Daniels cruising along and flips with a left hand. And Julio Cesar Vasquez is the new WBA junior middleweight champion of the world. That's the heart of the champion, Vasquez. It came in 34 seconds of the 11th round. It's something you couldn't expect. The last couple of rounds of the fight, Vasquez was getting more effective, I thought. I had, back in the 8th round, I had Daniels leading in this fight 79-72. It would take a knockout of Vasquez to win the fight. Well, that's exactly what happened. Unbelievable. He hung in there. He was being actually beaten up by Carl Daniels, and all of a sudden, a brilliant shot caught him, and it starched Carl Daniels. And we'll show it to you because it's brilliant. And you can see why this guy is a national hero in Argentina. Watch this left-hand shot. Now, Daniels has been on cruise control for the past couple of rounds. All of a sudden, he gets clipped with that left hand, and I mean hit flush on the jaw. Now, Daniels cannot recover from that shot. He's strong enough to keep his head up off the canvas. Watch the left hand. Watch how flush it catches Daniels, who's up in front of the fight at this stage. But he's getting a little lazy the last couple of rounds. Doesn't hold him off with a jab. And that time he's just starched with a left hand. And that's the power hand to the southpaw fighter. And that's all she wrote. A brilliant knock.
Puerto Riqueño Wilfredo Vazquez.
3階級制覇を狙いますウィルフレド・バスケス。
ブランカンピオンですプエルトリケーニョっていうのはですね、プエルトリコの偉大なチャンピオンっていう紹介ですね。
He is wearing white trunks tonight and fighting out of and representing Caracas, Venezuela. He weighed in at a ready 125 1/2 pounds. His outstanding record includes 33 wins, only 1 defeat, 1 draw, and 25 big wins coming by way of knockout. Tonight he is making the 7th defense of his title, introducing the defending WBA featherweight champion of the world, Eloy Rojas.
7度目の防衛戦です。エロイ・ロハス。
Once again, here's our referee and
さあ浜さん、この安定チャンピオンに3階級制覇をかけてバスケスが挑戦するという格好なんですが、その辺に注目されます。
そうですね、やっぱり総合的にはロハスが安定していると思いますよね。ですけどバスケスも左フックの一発、そして相手が左ジャブを出してきた時の合わせる右クロスカウンターですね、それだけはやっぱりロハスも気をつけなきゃいけないですね。
さあどういう展開になりますか。バスケスは先ほどもお伝えした通り、タイトルを失った後、セルメルに負けた後、3戦3勝 2KO 勝ち。また勢いを盛り返した感があります。さあエロイ・ロハス、こちらは7度目の防衛戦。バスケス落ち着いた表情です。 WBA 世界フェザー級。さて第10ラウンドは
ですね、私はですね、距離はバスケスの距離になりかけてるんですけど、バスケスの的中率が悪かったんですね。だからエロイ・ロハスはですね、悪い姿勢ながらでも的確にそのパンチ当ててましたからね。私は振り分けるんだったらロハスのラウンドにしたいと思いますけど、このラウンドもちょっとペチョンマーク宣言しておきます。
そのままロハスということになると4ポイント差になります。さあ11ラウンド、いきなり来ましたバスケス。
勝負かけてきましたね。
11ラウンド目 WBA 世界フェザー級タイトルマッチ。挑戦者3階級を狙いますバスケス。3階級目手に入れることができるか。ポイントではここではチャンピオンが勝っています。ここまではチャンピオン。長身のチャンピオンは7度目の防衛戦。チャンピオン離れて戦いたい。
スタミナもやっぱりもみ合いして疲れてきましたよね。
連打します。バスケス追いかけます。右は当たっていません。バスケスもう一度右。チャンピオンの晴れも目立ってきました。左が来ました。ぐらついた。チャンピオンぐらついています。また右を当たった。ダウンか。ダウンです。
左フックいいの飛びましたね。
強烈なバスケスの一発が入りました。
ちょっと疲れてはきていたんですけど、思いっきりのパンチ組みましたね。
さあバスケス大きなチャンスです。逆転の一発が出るか。左が右、また右いった。試合終了です。
しかし畳みかけ、そしてこのラウンドに勝負にかけて勝負強さ大したもんですね。
バスケス逆転勝ちです。ミッチ・ハルパーンが途中で割って入りました。いやしかしウィルフレド・バスケス、やはりここ一発の畳みかけ方、パンチの浴び方、さすがです。チャンピオン交代になります。ウィルフレド・バスケス3階級制覇になりました。そしてチャンピオンロハス7度目の防衛失敗です。小泉さん、これはもうポイント上からすれば逆転勝ちと言っていいですね。
あと2ラウンドですね、逃げ切ればチャンピオン判定で防衛だったですね。
勝負をかけましたバスケス。浜田さん、ゴングと同時に出ていきましたからね、このラウンドは。
ですからですね、例えば11ラウンド、12ラウンド、
Trimmed with blue and weighing in at 130 pounds. His professional record, 44 victories with only 3 losses. He has 23 knockouts to his credit. From Sylmar, California, introducing the challenger, former WBC super featherweight champion of the world, Gabriel Ruelas. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing white, trimmed with blue, also weighing 130 pounds. His professional record, in 29 bouts, he has 28 victories, 23 by knockout with only 1 loss. Ladies and gentlemen, from Jersey City, New Jersey, presenting the IBF Junior Lightweight Champion of the World, Arturo Gatti.
Going anywhere. Not yet.
Round 4, a brilliant round for Gabriel, who landed 44 power shots in that round to 22 for Gatti. Overall, Ruelas 46 out of 88, 52% in the round. We told you you'd get your money's worth from this bout.
And Ruelas has come out like he's looking to find out how much Gatti has left and if he can get rid of him right now.
I don't know if that's a smart thing to do because he should know that Arturo keeps more. Oh, good
battle
shot.
of uppercuts, both men landing big uppercut shots. This is a war.
An all-out war.
And it verges on becoming a war of redemption for Gabriel Ruelas. And now here comes Gatti again.
And Gabe has a mouth over his left eye, under his left eye now.
Two minutes left in the round. The you posted as long as our clock is temporarily out of commission. They're only 1 minute into this stanza, and it is vicious.
And Gatti has a cut under his left eye now.
Right hand bomb, and Ruelas says, hey, you can't hurt me. I'm going to hit you back.
That left uppercut is a vicious weapon for Gabriel here tonight.
But look at the combinations from Gatti.
This is his fight. This is what makes Gatti.
Both men selling out defensively to do the damage they can do.
Ruelas looks, I don't know, a hair stronger in terms of what he's able to take. And that may get him through this.
Gatti wobbling again and badly cut under the left eye.
Oh, there are...
Low blow by Gatti. Estevez says keep him up. Right hand lands over the top.
Oh,
out goes Ruelas.
I don't think he'll make it back.
Two
but he
big
is
right hand shots by Gatti. Monster shots. And a swollen Gabriel gets up, and Estevez says no more.
Can you believe Arturo
Gatti? Oh, what a drama.
Come on, baby.
And even though he lost, I say Gabriel came all the way back tonight.
Yes, he did. All the way back.
Earlier I said the great fights of the 40s and 50s, and here we see it again with Arturo Gatti. He just seems to have a bottomless well of willpower that just can't stop him.
The sign says, hey, you can almost knock me out, but in the end, I'm going to get you. Wilson Rodriguez could tell Gabriel a thing or two about what it feels like to have Arturo Gatti almost out of there and then feel the thunder. All right, Roy, let's take a look first at the uppercut by Gabriel that hurt Arturo Gatti early in the round.
That was an uppercut that he was landing all night long. That's how he first hurt Gatti, and that's how he last hurt Gatti. But you have to remember, Arturo Gatti is one of the strongest punchers pound for pound in the division. There it is, right off the hook. It came right up under his left elbow, and it landed clearly.
Now let's take a look at the end of the fight and watch the right hand shots by Gatti.
Left hook, I think, is what ended it. Right there.
You're right.
Right there, and that was all she wrote.
Yep, so the two right hands, one big, one little, setting up the monster left hook.
There's the left hook, and over it is. I think the body shots are really what weakened Gabriel Ruelas, and then it was just a matter of time before Arturo caught him with a big shot. What they don't realize...
Two-time light heavyweight champion of the world, Virgil Quicksilver Hill. And across the ring in the red corner, wearing gold and weighing 176.5 pounds. This 1988 Olympic silver medalist also has an outstanding professional record. 4 world titles in 4 divisions, scoring 30 knockouts in his 35 victories, with the only blemish coming by way of a controversial disqualification. To this day, he has never been defeated by an opponent. He is considered by the experts to be, pound for pound, the best in the world. Ladies and gentlemen, from Pensacola, Florida, presenting the 4-time world champion, Roy Jones Jr.
Virgil! Roy!
Look, I both give y'all instructions early in the dressing room. I want you to listen to my commands at all times. Protect yourselves at all times. Touch gloves, come out fighting. Good luck to both of y'all.
All Are we going to have a Gulf War as advertised for this match, or are we going to get the Biloxi Blues?
Got his overhand right. Right hand shot by Jones as the round comes to a close. Virgil Hill stopping Jones in his track with the left jab. Bloody to cheer for on both sides of the ring.
Okay, you don't warm down a little bit now. Look, you're hitting him with your jab. Keep using your jab. The 1-2 is working. Just stick to that. Let's keep that shooting that 1-2. If you're hurting bad with your right hand, go ahead and follow up. Until the end, just give me the 1-2. Give me the 1-2. But you're dominating with the jab. You're hitting him with the jab now. You got him froze. He out of spite playing. Stick with the jab and the 1-2. If you hit him with a 1-2 and he curl, go down and get your body real strong, okay? Okay, give me a little ring.
Jones's popular trainer, Alton Merkerson, saw his son, Ron, drafted out of Colorado in the 5th round by the New England Patriots last week. Inside linebacker. Here comes Hill to begin round 4 against Roy Jones.
There you go.
Virgil Hill is doing a lot of footwork, and when you got the power and the size like that, you got to move forward. You don't need to box. Harold Letterman, how do you have it scored through the first 3?
Jim, I got it 3-0, 30-27, Roy Jones Jr. Jim, I got to tell you, it's the boxer against the puncher. And unless Freddie Steinwinder is hitting Virgil Hill, somebody's making Virgil Hill's eyes swell up. I'm telling you, Roy Jones is not missing him with that right hand. He's whacking him with it. He constantly throws a right-hand lead that lands on the left side of Virgil Hill's head, and it's hurting Virgil Hill. No question. Virgil Hill is popping a jab, but just like Foreman said, he doesn't throw a right hand behind it. So far, it's Jones's power over Hill's jab.
Whoa! Right to the body, down. Unheard of. Unheard of. Only the 3rd time Hill's ever been down. He's holding the kidney area on the right side. And Steinwinder the fight. First time Virgil Hill's ever been knocked out. Roy Jones did it with a right hand to the body. I've seen it all.
That's one of the few hard body shots I can recall Roy Jones ever throwing, much less ending a fight with. Unheard of. Normally not a body puncher.
Didn't he knock out Glenn Wolf with a body shot as well? Long time ago back in Vegas?
Well, I said one of the few. But he never has done it against a world-class opponent that I can recall.
This is a world-class opponent being knocked out by a body shot. This is one heck of a body shot. I mean, this was a perfect, clean shot to the right of the rib cage, and here's another look. Larry, tell us about this, please.
Well, it was just a sudden shot underneath the jab instead of over the jab. Through the first 3 rounds, Virgil Hill had been seeing Roy throw the punch, throw the right hand over the jab. This time he elected to...
Introducing now the principals. First, in the red corner to my left, wearing the red trunks with the blue and white trim. He weighs in at 211 pounds. His professional record reads 16 victories, 9 defeats, 2 draws, and 9 wins coming by way of knockout. He hails from Newark, New Jersey, introducing Maurice Mobetta Harris. His opponent in the blue corner, wearing the black trunks, gold accessories. He weighs in at 246 pounds with a professional record that reads 21 victories, no defeats, 1 draw, and 17 wins coming by way of knockout. He hails from Detroit, Michigan, introducing Derrick Jefferson. 10 rounds, heavyweight.
All right, gentlemen, we're giving you instructions at the weigh-in. I want you to obey my commands at all times, protect yourself at all times, and respect the bell. Touch him up. Touch him up. Thank you. Thanks, Mark.
Harris started his career 11 years earlier than Jefferson.
Limiting the opportunities for a great light heavyweight champion to do what so many great light heavyweight champions have done in the past, move up to the heavyweight division. It was one thing when Bob Foster and R.G. Moore were moving up to fight 210-pound fighters. It's quite another thing, Roy, for somebody like you at 175 to consider trying to fight a 245-pounder.
Yeah, you're right. Especially at 5 foot 11 inches.
Doesn't make enough sense. CompuBox numbers through the 5th round. Total of 145 punches have been landed, and only a handful of them were jabs. This is a power shot exhibition. Jefferson throwing far more punches than Harris. In fact, more than 100 more through the first 5 rounds. So in terms of activity, the fight has belonged to Jefferson. Harris has been slightly the more accurate puncher. Pace of the fight slows as both fighters have gone to the body enough in the early going to wear the opponent down somewhat. Hard right hand to the body there by Jefferson.
And Jefferson is slowly but surely trying to wear Maurice's hands down now. Maurice's arms seem heavy, and he seems like he doesn't want to work much because I think his arms are a little tired.
Yeah, he's trying to slow the fight down.
Right hand shot landing for Jefferson there. Harris has taken a lot of leather in this fight. Saw Maurice double up on the jab a moment ago. It could have been a big weapon for him if he got it going and walks behind it. But Jefferson ended that with his power punches early, and now Harris goes down again.
It was a left hook inside on the ropes.
You won't expect this time.
7, 8. No, all right, baby. You made it. You made the count, baby. You made the count. You made the count.
Harris comes in with his hands down. Jefferson makes him pay with a leaping left. 30 seconds left, and you wonder if Mo Bata can get out of the round.
Here he comes back.
Harris showing gumption with that left hook to the body, and he lands a left hook. And now Jefferson wobbles again.
Can Jefferson come back? Can he stay on his feet?
What a left hook shot. No count necessary.
Derrick Jefferson, I love you.
Oh my gosh. Roy, what a shot.
What a shot. Same thing. That left hook, Derrick Jefferson kept timing Maurice's left hook because Maurice's left hand stays straight up in the air when he throws the left hook. And Jefferson timed that from round 1. And once the fight got late and it got slow in the fight, you knew he would catch Maurice again with that left hook.
This was one of the sizzling knockout punches of recent years in the heavyweight division. Derrick Jefferson ripping the night apart with a left hook to separate Maurice Harris momentarily from his senses, and we hope only momentarily. Mo talking now to those around him. At least 2 doctors on the scene. And Jefferson trying to catch his breath from the sensational action in that fight.
You know, we think that Harris is fine. He's nodding. He's answering the doctor's questions. But I have to tell you, this is just one of the best heavyweight fights we have seen in this decade. Jefferson, even though he is 31 years old, has shown such fierce determination that we are going to see more of him and perhaps much more of him.
Here's a look at the first knockdown, and you saw the left hook that started it all. Jefferson stepping in with Harris against the ropes and pounding that left hook to the face.
And he knew how to close the show, Roy. He went to the body when nothing else was open,
And that left hook was just good night.
And just as I said, he timed Maurice's left hook. Watch Maurice's left hook come back, because he knew Maurice was straight up throwing the left hook, and there it was.
And he was hurt, Jefferson.
Yeah, he was hurt.
He was hurt.
Good night. Now fighting out of and training in Los Angeles, California. He weighed in at 137 pounds with a fine record of 19 wins, only 1 defeat. He has 11 wins coming by way of knockout. Here is the former African and IBF Intercontinental Lightweight Champion, introducing Ben Wonder Tackie. And his opponent across the ring on my right, fighting out of the red corner in this 10-round special attraction, wearing black trunks with silver trim, fighting out of La Colonia Boxing Club in Oxnard, California. He weighed in at 136 pounds. His record, 32 wins, 1 loss, with 24 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the former IBF Junior Lightweight Champion of the World, introducing Roberto Grandpa Garcia. Once again, a referee in charge, Richard Steele. Now to give instructions, 10 rounds of boxing scheduled.
Okay, make sure that your punches are above these belts. All right? I gave you instructions in the dressing room. I want to caution you again. Obey my commands at all times. Any questions? Shake hands. Good luck.
And Tackie, first thing you notice, the tribal markings on his face from the gong.
Time you pull this out, but he didn't have too much conviction in his voice.
Here we go into round 9, scheduled for 10, non-title bout, over the lightweight fight. They both came in about 137. That was yesterday. Tackie actually 152 just before the fight.
Oh, look at that.
Toe-to-toe.
Don't hold him. Robert Garcia doesn't need to be in here right now. The inside slugging wildly. He can box, stuff that jab and move more.
I was just going to ask, is he taking a risk doing this?
Come on. Sure, he's taking a risk, but it's also a lot of pressure. It's a heck of a pace. It takes a lot of energy to keep moving like that. The man in front of him is, as you said, bigger and stronger.
What a nice left jab that one.
Right, step back, keep him in front.
Tackie came in 19-1 with 11 knockouts. His only loss, a decision to Goyo Vargas in January of '99. Bounced back to win over Golden Johnson. Garcia, 32-1 with 24 knockouts, looking to bounce back from his lone defeat to Diego Corrales. Tackie with a wicked right hand to the head of Garcia. Garcia, though, eluding that series.
I'll tell you what, though, he needs to get his hands up, Steve. He doesn't need to have his hands down on his legs like they're laying. Like that.
They're calling it a knockdown.
3. It was a knockdown push.
4, 5, Richard Steele says it's a knockdown of the books.
8.
Looked a little questionable.
Roberto's getting very tired. I mean, that was a tired knockdown more than anything. You could see it when he was bending his legs and not coming back up. Just prior to that, he looked very slow.
So Garcia,
I think what happened is he hit Garcia on top of the head, Steve, and then Garcia buckled and he pushed him.
But he had been looking very slow because he got caught in those exchanges rather than getting away to those multiple punch combinations. Like this. See, he's trying to just get away without punching back. He's got to fire now. Fire.
Tackie with all kinds of confidence, but it might be false confidence. Garcia down at 135 of round 9.
I think the punch definitely hurt Garcia. It wobbled him, but he got pushed down after he got wobbled.
But look how fresh he looks here. Able again to duck away from those winging lefts and rights by Tackie.
But there's something in his eyes, Steve. He is in a little bit of trouble here.
Blood.
He's not firing back. He doesn't have that intensity in his eyes. There
it comes. Here comes Garcia. He was just waiting for the moment. He knows how to adjust.
That's what was missing this round. He was just fighting defensively. And for the first time was getting hit hard shots. Like right now, he's just going back. He's got to come forward and fight. See?
Here comes Tackie now on the prowl. Garcia holds him for the moment.
Garcia is weakening. He is weakening.
It's fatigue.
That's what it is.
Just gloves.
Falta el último round. Tienes que boxearlo. Ya no te le bajes. Hey, need some tape on that. No necesitas bajarte ya. Falta uno, Robert. Falta uno.
There's only one more left, Robert.
As we look at this knockdown, I believe you're going to see a right hand on top of the head right there. And there's a push. Just a little. He wobbled him and a push.
Nevertheless, a 10-8 round for Tackie.
He gets hit on top of the head. Right there, and there's like just a little backhand push, a balance shot, but all things being equal, maybe a clean knockdown, okay. Watch it from the overhead. On top of the head, and a push right there.
I've got that a clean knockdown.
Just a little push.
Let's hear from Jim.
All right, thanks, Steve. Well, in Tackie's corner, he's being spoken to in English by Goosen, and by the entire corner only speaks English, Steve. His interpreter, Michael Teta, has not been allowed up by the Nevada State Athletic Commission because you can only have so many people up there. So he sits back and tries to interpret for him, but can't hear a word of the instruction that he's given him.
Major factor, Jim. That's right. See, Tackie understands English a little bit. He doesn't speak it. All right, sense of urgency for Tackie here in the 10th and final round.
I know he doesn't understand that much English, but he understands boxing.
Oh, what a shot! Down goes Garcia.
And his hand hit the canvas. That's not good. He is very dazed.
He's in real trouble.
Real trouble.
Hey! What a comeback! It's over! What a dramatic turnaround! Ben Tackie, most of the fight with one punch, ends it.
If that isn't something, it's been years since I've seen a guy so thoroughly beaten come back and finish the fight with one punch.
A left hook.
And I think it wasn't just the power hook. I think it was the fatigue factor, and I think that Garcia was still a little bit shaken up from the round before, but fatigue an absolute factor. He fought too fast a pace. He's a slower starter than that. He started too quick and drained himself way too early.
In the 8th round, we saw the weakening. We saw it in the round he went down in the 6th. But this time, when he was just getting defensive and not going to fight, just getting defensive, he was going to get hit. And remember, we've said he didn't have a chin. Well, he had a heck of a chin tonight, but he got careened. And once again, guys, these warriors from Acrogana upset the apple cart. Boy, they are fighters.
Like a Hollywood script. Ben Tackie from Acrogana down decisively most of the way, comes back to knock out Roberto Garcia, the ex-champion, with one punch in the final round to win it.
There was no way he could win this fight. No way at all, except that way, by knockout.
All the judges had it the same as I did, 87-83. It was a great performance.
That's exactly what
up until the knockout. Here comes the left hook right there on the inside. It was a beautiful inside left hook, and I believe Garcia never saw it. Steve, I guarantee you he never saw that. Watch here. He comes up with it, bends, and leaps up into him with a left hook right there.
Oh, everything in it.
That is a perfect left hook.
That was from the bottom of his feet.
And his heart. From the bottom of his heart, he threw it and landed on the top of the other guy's heart.
There you see him bend, he crouches, he comes right across with it. Good form.
What a perfect.
Right inside Garcia's right hand. I guarantee you he never saw that punch.
That's like watching a perfect golf swing. I mean, how can you improve that? It's just right, and his head is just
right up on the inside, right there.
That's a Hollywood hook.
And what a heartbreak for